A man never gives up. That is the rule. That is the mandate. It is the silent oath you make to yourself every time you open your eyes in the morning. Because in this game called life, you either stand up or you stay down like a coward, waiting for someone to come and save you. And let me be clear, nobody is coming for you. Nobody is going to carry you. Nobody is going to rescue you. And nobody is going to pull you out of the hole you are in. Do you know why? Because it is not their damn job. It's yours. A man does not give up because he knows his struggle doesn't just define him. It defines the legacy he leaves behind. Look at yourself closely in the mirror and tell me, what do you see? A warrior or a coward? A fighter or a loser waiting for excuses to stop moving forward? Life owes you nothing. It doesn't owe you respect. It doesn't owe you happiness, and it doesn't owe you success. You have to earn all of it. Do you want respect? Fight for it. Do you want success? Bleed for it. Do you want happiness? Earn it every single day. A man who gives up, who lowers his guard, doesn't just lose a battle, he loses his identity. He becomes a shadow of what he could have been, a faded echo of a dream he never dared to pursue. Is that who you want to be when you feel you can't take anymore? When the pressure chokes you and the pain breaks you inside? I want you to remember something. Pain does not destroy you. Pain transforms you. Every blow you receive, every tear you shed, every sleepless night is a brick in the fortress you are building, and that fortress is you. The world will try to crush you, humiliate you, and strip away your will to live. It will scream in your face that you aren't enough, that you don't have what it takes, and that you will never make it. But that is where a man shows what he is made of. Because a man isn't measured by how many times he is knocked down, but by how many times he gets back up. Giving up is easy. Anyone can give up. The weak give up. Failures give up, but a real man stands up even when his legs are shaking and his spirit is on the verge of breaking. He stands up because he knows that giving up is not an option. He stands up because he has a purpose, because he has a dream to reach, and because he has something to prove to the world, but above all, something to prove to himself. A man who never gives up is a man who understands that life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And no matter how tired you are, no matter how far away the finish line seems, the only thing that matters is that you keep moving forward, step by step, day after day. I know you're tired. I see it in your face. I hear it in your voice. But let me tell you something. Exhaustion doesn't kill you. Exhaustion strengthens you. Every drop of sweat you shed, every muscle that burns, every day you overcome brings you closer to your goal. The true test of a man is not in his moments of comfort, but in how he responds in moments of chaos. When all seems lost, when the world is against you, when you feel there is no way out, that is where you discover who you truly are. Are you a man who fights or a man who flees? You have no right to give up. You don't have permission to surrender, because out there are people who depend on you, who need you to be strong, who need you to be an example. Your family, your friends, even that child you once were, dreamed of being great. Do not fail them. Do not fail yourself, because one day you will look back and ask, did I give it my all? Did I fight with everything I had? Or did I surrender like a coward? And if the answer is that you didn't give everything, that you didn't fight until the end, that regret will haunt you for the rest of your life. Life isn't fair, and it never will be. It's gonna hit you where it hurts most. It's gonna bring you to your knees, and it's gonna try to keep you there. But listen closely, a man never gives up. A man grits his teeth, ignores the pain, and pushes forward, because he knows that every step, no matter how small, brings him closer to victory. And when he finally reaches the summit, when he achieves his goals, it won't be by luck or coincidence. It will be because he fought like a damn warrior, because he never lowered his guard, and because he never stopped believing in himself. So today I tell you, get up, fight, keep going, even when everything seems to be against you. Because greatness is not reserved for the perfect, it is reserved for the persistent, and you are one of them. Remember this always, a man never gives up. Listen well, because what I am about to tell you could change your life. Persistence is the engine of progress, but it is also what separates men from boys. Any coward can start something. Anyone can dream big, make plans, and talk about what they want to achieve. But when the blows land, when life gets hard, that is where the truth is filtered. That is where we see those who truly have what it takes. And you? Which side are you on? Are you one of those who keeps going despite everything, or one of those who collapses to the floor crying when things don't go as expected? Because let me tell you something, life waits for no one, and it certainly has no mercy. I want you to understand something very clearly. Persisting is not easy, but it is necessary. There are no shortcuts, no magic formulas, no paths free of obstacles. Every damn thing worth having in this life requires effort, time, and sacrifice. And yes, there will be days when everything inside you screams for you to quit. Days when exhaustion, pain, and frustration are so great that you feel you cannot take another step. But those are the days that really matter. Those are the days that determine if you are going to be someone who rises or someone who yields. Because persistence is not about not feeling fear, pain, or fatigue. It is about moving forward in spite of all that. Look at yourself. Yes, look closely. You're tired, I know. You're frustrated, I know. But do you know what else I see? I see potential. I see strength. I see a man who can achieve incredible things if he stops listening to that voice in his head telling him he can't. Because that voice is a liar. That voice is the enemy. And your job isn't to argue with it. Your job is to ignore it and keep moving, step by step, day after day, blow after blow. Because it doesn't matter how many times you fall. The only thing that matters is how many times you get back up. A man who persists is a man who cannot be defeated. When you face an obstacle, don't see it as the end of the road. See it as a test, because that is what it is. A test. Life doesn't place barriers in front of the mediocre because the mediocre aren't doing anything worth the effort. Barriers are there for those with big dreams, for those who dare to fight for something larger than themselves. So when you encounter one of those barriers, don't stop, don't give up. Push harder, break it if you have to. Because every time you overcome an obstacle, you become stronger. Every time you choose to persist, even when everything inside you wants to stop, you get a little closer to your goal. And listen to this. Your goal is closer than you think. Maybe you don't see it now. Maybe it feels like you're stuck in the same place. But every step you take brings you closer. Every night you work while others sleep. Every day you keep going while others quit. You are building something big, something that will be worth it. But you won't see it if you stop now. You won't reach it if you allow fear, laziness, or excuses to stop you. Because those things will always be there. There will always be a reason not to try. There will always be a motive to give up. But your job, your only job, is not to listen to them. Your only job is to keep moving forward no matter what. Let me tell you something nobody else will. Persistence hurts. It's going to hurt in your body and it's going to hurt in your soul. You're going to have to give up things you love. You're going to have to sacrifice time, energy, and even relationships. But do you know what? It's all worth it. Because persistence doesn't just bring you closer to your goals. It transforms you. It turns you into someone stronger, more resilient, more determined. It turns you into a man who stops for nothing, a man who inspires respect, a man who lives on his own terms. And that kind of man is rare. That kind of man is the one who changes his world and the world of others. I want you to imagine something. Imagine the moment you finally achieve what you set out to do. The moment you look back and see everything you overcame, all the pain, all the effort, all the sleepless nights. How will you feel? Proud, invincible, because that is what you will be, invincible. But only if you persist. Only if you decide that no matter how many times you fall, no matter how many times you fail, you are going to keep going. Because at the end of the day, success is not reserved for the strongest or the smartest. It is reserved for those who never give up. So listen well to what I'm saying. Don't stop. No matter what happens, no matter what you feel, keep moving forward, because every step you take brings you closer to your objectives. Every day you persist makes you a stronger, wiser, and more capable man. And one day, when you're at the top, when you have achieved everything you set out to do, you will realize something, that it was all worth it. That every tear, every drop of sweat, every sacrifice was part of the price you had to pay to get there. And you would pay it over and over again, because you'll know that persistence didn't just give you success, it gave you greatness. Look me in the eyes as I speak to you, because this is something you need to hear. A winning mindset is the only thing that separates staying on the ground from getting up and fighting. That mindset is not a gift. It is not something you find by accident. It is something you have to build blow by facing your worst fears and refusing to be beaten. A winning mindset isn't about hoping things go well. It's about being ready for when they don't. It's about believing in yourself, even when no one else does. Because listen closely, in this life, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to hold out a hand when you fall. You have to be the one who gets up, who brushes off the dust, who looks at the obstacle in front of you and says, "You are not bigger than my will." I want you to understand something. Your thoughts are either your most powerful weapon or your worst enemy. If you allow yourself to think like a loser, if you let doubt take hold of you, you've already lost. But if you arm yourself with a winning mindset, with that brutal faith that you can overcome anything, then there is nothing that can stop you. Nothing. A man with a winning mindset is not someone who has no fear. He is someone who feels the fear, but faces it anyway. He is someone who sees a wall in front of him and doesn't ask if he can climb it. He asks how he will do it, because he knows that no matter how long it takes, no matter how many attempts are needed, that wall is coming down. And you, what are you doing with the walls in front of you? Do you look at them and lament? Or do you face them with the mindset of someone who does not accept defeat as an option? A winning mindset is raw. It is fierce. It is aggressive. There is no room for self-pity. There is no room for excuses. Because listen to this carefully. Nobody cares what is stopping you. Nobody cares how hard your life is. The world doesn't care if you're tired, if you're broken, or if you feel you can't take anymore. The world only cares about one thing, results. And if you don't deliver them, you get left behind. So stop looking for sympathy. Stop waiting for someone to understand you. The only thing you need to understand is that you are solely responsible for your destiny. You decide if you will be the man who fights to the end or the one who stays on the ground, mourning what could have been. Let me be clear with you. It is not easy to have a winning mindset. It is not easy to wake up every day with the firm conviction that you can overcome anything, especially when life seems hell-bent on knocking you down. But do you know what? That is exactly why you must do it. Because easy isn't worth it. Because easy leads nowhere. Men with a winning mindset don't look for what's easy. They look for what challenges them, what pushes them to the limit, what forces them to grow. Because they know that every challenge, every obstacle, and every failure is an opportunity to be stronger, to be better. And you have that same capacity, you have that same strength, you just have to decide to use it. Look at yourself now, look closely. You're tired, I know, you're frustrated, I know, but I also know this. You have what it takes to win. You have the ability to overcome anything. What stops you isn't your situation, it isn't the obstacles in front of you. What stops you is your way of thinking. Change that, and you change everything. Start seeing problems as challenges, not as barriers. Start seeing yourself as capable, as unstoppable. Because that is what you are, unstoppable. But only if you choose to be. Only if you decide to adopt a winning mindset and not let go, no matter what happens. A winning mindset doesn't mean you won't fail. It means you won't let failure define you. It means every time you fall, you get up stronger. It means no matter how many times life hits you, you will always find a way to keep going. Because, listen well, success isn't about never falling, it's about never giving up. And a winning mindset is what gives you the strength to keep fighting, to keep advancing, even when all seems lost. So from now on, I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear I can't or it's too hard. I want to hear I am going to do it. I want to hear I will achieve it no matter what. Because that is what a man with a winning mindset does. That is what someone who refuses to be defeated does. And you are that man. I know it. Even if you don't see it right now. Even if you feel small or insufficient. Inside you, there is a force that can overcome anything. You have to find it. You have to use it. Remember this, no matter how big the obstacle, your will must be bigger. No matter how many times you fail, your determination must be stronger. Because a winning mindset isn't just the key to success, it is the key to becoming the best version of yourself. So make a decision right now. Decide that no matter what happens, no matter how hard it gets, you will not give up. Because a man with a winning mindset never does. A man with a winning mindset always finds a way. Listen well to what I'm going to tell you, because if you don't understand it now, you will spend the rest of your life trapped in a cycle of mediocrity. Victory is not for the strongest, nor for the fastest, nor for the most talented. It is for those who persevere. It is for those who refuse to give up even when all seems lost. Do you know the difference between those who reach the top and those who stay below watching? It isn't luck. It isn't destiny. It is the ability to keep going time and again, no matter how many times they fall. It is the ability to stand up, even when everything hurts, even when everything inside them screams to stop. And you? Are you one of those men? Are you one of those who fights until the end, or one of those who throws in the towel at the first blow? Let me tell you something nobody else will. Perseverance hurts. It is dirty. It is exhausting. It is brutal. There is nothing glamorous about getting up after failing once more. There is nothing pretty about moving forward when the whole world seems to be against you. But do you know what? That is where winners are forged. That is where who you truly are is defined. Because anyone can start strong. Anyone can say they want something. Anyone can dream big. But few, very few, have the guts to stand firm when the road gets difficult. And it is in that moment, when everything turns against you, that perseverance becomes your only weapon, your only hope. Because victory is never easy, and it never should be. I want you to understand something very clearly. No matter how many times you fail, the only thing that matters is that you never give up. It's not about how many hits you can give. It's about how many hits you can take and keep moving forward. That is what leads you to victory. It isn't talent. It isn't intelligence. It isn't physical strength. It is the will to continue. It is the decision not to stop, not to accept defeat as an option, because defeat is only permanent if you decide it is. If you keep going, if you keep fighting, if you keep advancing, victory will eventually be yours, but only if you have the guts to persevere. Look, I won't lie to you. There will be moments when you feel it isn't worth it. There will be days when you wake up and ask yourself why you keep trying. There will be nights when you go to bed thinking you will never make it. And that is where most people fail. That is where the weak give up, where the mediocre settle, where those without true will throw in the towel. But you are not like them. You have no right to give up, because giving up would be betraying everything you are, everything you've dreamed of, and everything you've worked for. So when those moments arrive, and